I'd like to take you back to a story that was written by one of my colleagues earlier this month that looked at the question of whether so-called foreign government information is is presumed to be classified when it is transmitted to somebody in the U.S. government with the presumption or the explicit agreement that it will be held by the U.S. government official. My colleague has found 30 series of emails of those that have already been released by the State Department that contain what the department has subsequently itself deemed to be foreign government information. These are the ones that have been declassified. And among the emails that he found was a 5-page email from then British Foreign Secretary David Miliband's top aide sent to Homa Abedin saying that then Foreign Secretary Miliband wanted Secretary Clinton only to receive his email. That aide sent it from his home computer, which is a little perplexing, but doesn't, I think, change the obligations on the part of the U.S. government when it receives information that from a foreign government that is clearly transmitted with the understanding that it is to be held in confidence. So the question is or was Secretary Clinton bound by the Foreign Affairs Manual's obligation to treat as confidential, that is the lowest level of U.S. classification, information that was transmitted by a foreign government with the understanding that it would be held in confidence? Or, as Secretary of State, is he or she not bound by the Foreign Affairs Manual's strictures on this?
Well, writ large, or speaking broadly, classification, and we've said this many times, it's not an exact science. It's not often a black and white process. There's many variation, and there's many strong opinions, even on this very issue about classification. And this is all part, as we've said, again, many times, of the process that we're undergoing, an interagency process where we look at these emails and we upgrade them as necessary, as we see fit. We've been very clear what our goal is here, and that is, we're dealing with some, as we said, some 55,000 pages of emails, and we're processing them via FOIA rules and regulations. But our goal here is simply to upgrade these where necessary and make them public. What you're asking me to speak to, Arshad, I'm not going to speak to from the podium because it's not up to me to litigate these kinds of questions from the State Department podium. Our goal, as I said, is to respond to the FOIA request. Now, there are other reviews, investigations that we've spoken to or alluded to that may look at some of these broader questions, but it's not for me to do that from here, and certainly not today. I can just say that we stand by our contention that the information we've upgraded was not marked classified at the time that the emails were sent.
But wait a minute.
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, the Foreign Affairs Manual, and I'm reading from the version in effect for 2009, when the emails that we looked at were sent, says, quote, says all department employees, quote, must safeguard foreign government and NATO-restricted information as U.S. government confidential, close quote, or higher. So I don't fully understand how this can be a matter of great debate, because if you stipulate that information given in confidence by a foreign government to a U.S. official is foreign government information, it seems like you are under an obligation to treat it as confidential or higher in terms of classification. Can you explain to me why that's debatable?
It's just that I appreciate your question. It's just that I hope you understand that I can't litigate those kinds of things. I can't pass judgment from this podium right now, certainly not when there's other reviews or other investigations that may be underway. Certainly, as you know, the Inspector General is looking more broadly at some of these issues and questions. As I said, we just, our clear focus is on clearing these emails, redacting them as necessary in order to safeguard anything that we've deemed now should be upgraded in classification. But I can't speak to, the original